Welcome back to the downtown Cleveland area, where tonight President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden took the debate stage for the very first time in what ended up being a contentious, I think some people would call it schoolyard brawl, the way they faced off with each other. So we're going to go to our political experts. Joining us tonight is Democrat Derek Clay, but I will ask the first question to Mike Gonidakis, a Republican strategist. Mike, a lot of criticism, but a lot of praise from supporters for Donald Trump at the way he continually interrupted not only Joe Biden, but also Chris Wallace. What did you make of his debate performance tonight?
The overall debate, I thought, was a bare knuckle brawl, cage match of sorts. I don't think any minds were really changed. If you love Joe Biden, you still do. If you love Donald Trump, you still do. I think it was a disservice to our country. I don't think it was moderated well. I don't think either of the two gentlemen really got their points across how to move our country forward. But at the end of the day, what stood out to me the most, Colleen, was that Joe Biden was not presidential. He called the president of the United States a clown tonight. He told him to shut up. Shut up, not once but twice. I thought it was unpresidential. He could have handled himself better there. And he also lied about a quote that Kellyanne Conway said. So look, there's criticism with the president as well. I think a lot of heads are spinning right now. All the pundits across the social media and TV right now have wide open eyes saying what just happened. And I think most Americans share that as well.
Derek Clay, I will ask you from the Democrat perspective. You know, Mike makes the point that he told the president to shut up. Joe Biden tells the president to shut up. I think a lot of people had sympathy not only for Joe Biden tonight, but also for Chris Wallace.
Yeah, you know, I thought that comment was appropriate, but that doesn't even compare in contrast to how many it's appropriate the president made. So this debate tonight was complete and utter embarrassment. I think it was embarrassment to our country to have our leaders up here on the stage in the way they did. You know, how can you moderate a forum, have the president supposed to be the leader of your country continuously interrupting, being rude to not only moderator, but to Vice President Biden. So, you know, the comment by Vice President was appropriate. There's been so many appropriate comments that have been said by the president, it doesn't even care.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of trouble with your audio, but Mike, before we let you go, I do want to ask you, after seeing what happened here tonight, do you think voters were persuaded one way or the other? We're hearing as much as 97% of the electorate has already made up their minds. Was there anything by anyone on that stage tonight that could help them make a definitive decision about how they're going to vote?
I absolutely agree with you, Colleen. 97, probably 98% of the Americans know how they're voting. I don't think any of the two gentlemen tonight did anything to sway any undecided voters. Maybe if we have some unmotivated voters, they didn't like one or the other candidate, but and they might be motivated now. But you got to wonder if there's going to be a second or third presidential debate. I think we'll have the vice president debate, but you got to wonder if we're really going to go forward with the second and third, because after tonight's performances, I'm not sure we should.
All right, Mike, we want to thank you and Derek for being with us tonight. And Carrie, I think a lot of people are going to be talking about this as we move forward, what we can expect in the two coming debates between the presidential candidates. Will people be telling Donald Trump, great job, keep that up? Or will they be saying, tone it down a little bit? Will they be telling Joe Biden, step in more frequently? Yeah. Challenge him when he's challenging you? It's going to be interesting to see what the fallout is from all of this, and really whether or not voters were just disgusted by what they saw tonight on that debate stage. I can tell you, just a few minutes ago, Governor DeWine said congratulations on a great job to President Trump. So some people liked what they saw tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Colleen. This will be one for the history books for sure. Thank you much. A reminder, time is running out for voter registration. You have until 9 p.m. on October 5th to register so you can take part in the general election. Again, that's this coming Monday. You can find forms online at the Board of Elections and other government offices.